These are the 20 scariest things that happened on Halloween. Number 20, crime of passion. Peter and Betty Fabiola's Halloween turned out to be deadly. When Peter went to answer the doorbell, he was shot by a masked man. The police found Peter lying in a pool of blood. Peter and Betty, who had separated, had started living together all over again, when Betty's ex-girlfriend, out of sheer jealousy, planned to kill Peter with the help of her current partner, Golden. Too many angles to this unfortunate story, huh? Number 19, cold-blooded jealousy. On Halloween night 2014, housemates Adrienne, Leslie, and Lauren spent the evening handing out candies to the trick-or-treaters. At night, Lauren woke up hearing Adrienne scream. Horrified Lauren ran outside. When she heard the scream again, she ran back inside. Lauren found that Adrienne and Leslie were stabbed to death. Adrienne's best friend's fiance, who was jealous of the friendship between Adrienne and his girlfriend Leslie, was found to be the murderer. Jealousy can wreck lives. Number 18, don't you dare steal my things. A 55-year-old man in Chicago realized his bag of candy was missing. He suspected his neighbor, Maria Adams, to be the candy thief. Even though she claimed that she had not stolen, the man did not believe her. He grabbed a steak knife from his kitchen, went over to Maria's house, and stabbed her multiple times. She was rushed to the hospital but died on the way. Number 17, I predict a murder. A couple was found murdered in their home. They were brutally murdered by a gunshot to the head. The police thought that the murder could be related to drugs and money, but an informant told the police that David Berkowitz, a serial killer who was serving his term in prison, had accurately predicted a ritual killing on Halloween. How did he know about it? Number 16, missing persons report. In 1955, a woman had stopped at a fair to do some quick shopping. She left her 2-year-old son Stephen in charge of the 7-month-old sister Pamela. After shopping, when she came out, they were gone. Her kids were missing. After a frantic search, the cops found the daughter Pamela, but they were unable to trace her son Stephen. No one knows what happened to the little boy. This mystery till today remains unsolved. Number 15, murder of the household. 8-year-old Brian Massey was introduced to his 26-year-old stepfather, David Andrews, for the first time on Halloween night. Massey saw his stepfather murder his mother and also kill his 2 sisters, aged 10 and 11. He then came into Brian's room soaked in blood and kidnapped him. Andrews was arrested 2 days after he attempted suicide but failed. Brian, however, was the only lucky one who got out alive. Number 14, Halloween miracle. In 2012, Junie Keith was on her way to buy inexpensive Halloween decorations. She purchased a graveyard gibbet. Inside was a handwritten letter from an inmate at a Chinese labor camp. The man pleaded in the letter to inform about their misery to the World Human Rights Organization. The issue was raised, and the inmates were freed from the torturous labor camp. Number 13, hayride gone wrong. Brian Jewell worked at a Halloween attraction exhibit. He would put up an act like hanging himself to scare visitors coming by in a hay-filled wagon towed by a tractor. The 17-year-old had pulled off this stunt multiple times. In 1990, on Halloween night, the hayriders found Jewell hanging with his feet touching the ground. Upon closer investigation, the wagon driver found him dead. There were no signs of foul play. Number 12, prank gone too far. In 1998, Carl Jackson drove with his girlfriend to pick her son from a Halloween party. When they were at an intersection, a group of teenagers started egging his car. He got out to shout at them. 17-year-old Curtis from the group pulled out a gun and shot Jackson, killing him instantly. He was jailed for 20 years. Number 11, identity mistaken. 8-year-old girl in Denver, excited for Halloween, dressed up as a skunk. While near her relative's bonfire, she decided to play on a hill. Her Aunt Janice saw her in the bushes and thought she was a real skunk. She asked her son to shoot it. He shot at her shoulder and abdomen. When they realized it was the girl, they rushed her to the hospital. Luckily, she survived. Number 10, mysterious abduction. In 1986, a 9-year-old boy went missing on Halloween night. He was permitted to go alone trick-or-treating by his parents. A mysterious man asked the boy to get into his van for free candy. He drove him to his house and sexually violated him. The man later dropped the boy a few blocks away from home. When the parents inquired, the boy could not remember the location of the stranger's house. Number 9, trick or death. Timothy went with his sister and dad for trick-or-treating. They arrived at a house where no one was there. The kids went ahead inside while the dad stayed behind. Dad later gave candy to the kids and told them it was from home. While Timothy was eating the candy, he started vomiting and died. It was later revealed that the dad had filled the pixie sticks with potassium cyanide to claim life insurance after his son's death. Number 8. Costume trouble. On Halloween night, a disabled war veteran was outside a Florida fast food place dressed in his uniform. A Marine in a tutu saw the disabled man and was offended. He thought that the man in uniform was making fun of the military. He approached the disabled man and beat him up brutally, leaving him unconscious. The police had to intervene. Later, the Marine in tutu realized his mistake and felt bad. Number 7. Time to roll. A man was seen dragging a headless body from his apartment and leaving it on the street. He later came out with a head and kicked it to the other side of the road. Onlookers thought he didn't want the Halloween decorations anymore. Later, it turned out that it was the dead body of Patricia Wards. Her son, who was mentally ill, had killed her. He later jumped in front of a train and killed himself too. Number 6. Bloody candy. In 1999, a couple was giving away large bags of treats. People who visited that house later revealed that a woman hid behind the door and gave the bags, which weighed 2 to 4 pounds. The twist here was that the couple did not belong to that place. 2 left hands and 1 right hand were found in the bags. Number 5. The child trap. In 1977, one night Nima Louise had placed her infant in a crib. Though all the doors and windows were locked, the infant disappeared. A year later, they found the infant's corpse rolling out from a refrigerator. Apparently, the previous tenants too had lost their twin daughters. The babysitter had put them in the fridge. It was an unfortunate coincidence that Nima had hired the same babysitter. Number 4. Party fiasco. In 2007, a high school student, Lisa, was invited to a Halloween party. There was a shady-looking guy at the party. The host didn't pay much attention to him as many people crashed parties, but it was when Lisa's mother rang up that they realized she was missing. People went in search of her. They found the shady-looking guy dragging Lisa's body, but they failed to catch him. Number 3. Delivery went wrong. A mailman was making his deliveries through a neighborhood. He stopped at one particular house with a peculiar decoration on their porch. He sidestepped the decorations and made the delivery. While returning, he realized it was no decoration. It was an actual corpse. Number 2. Not so good goodie bags. On Halloween night 2001, Kathy Jones's kids had returned from trick-or-treating when she found a severed finger sealed in her children's candy bag. The next day, many other parents also reported similar instances. Different body parts were found in their children's goodie bags. The police got involved in the case and investigated from where they brought these goodies. Unfortunately, the investigation didn't lead them anywhere. Number 1. Michael Myers, is that you? In 2018 in Los Angeles, Natalie Banks recorded this incident through her doorbell camera. A man dressed as Michael Myers appeared out of nowhere. This is not the only incident caught on camera. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.